Please listen to this message for you. It's from the groups of Phase 5 Record Show. When someone said we need to spread the news, we decided to share it through a song. Black crime, white crime, stop the dealing, stop the killing. It's time to kick that devil out your mind. Black crime, white crime, stop the dealing, stop the killing. It's time to kick that devil out your mind. Wake up, let's unite. 'Cause our lives matter. Rise up, protect your rights. 'Cause our lives matter. Stand up, let's unite. 'Cause our lives matter. Rise up, protect your rights.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Jones here with Bard of Ely and Wake Up, Rise Up, the evening show. This is where you get to meet some of the people that are involved on this global world peace concert. Tonight, straight from Portugal, or maybe a little on the arc, we've got Steve Andrews, the Bard of Ely. And he's coming to us from Portugal and going to talk to us about some of his really cool music and why he's part of Wake Up, Rise Up. The Bard, how are you tonight?
I'm fine, thank you, Steve.
Hey.
And you know, very, very happy to be talking to a fellow Welshman there.
That's right.
I got my Welsh dragon, see, on my cap. Look at that.
There you go. Yeah, definitely I'm a Welshman. Got that from my dad. But my mother, on the other hand, she was Hungarian. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Is your mom was your mom Welsh as well?
No, she was English, but you know, but I was born in Wales, born in Cardiff. Cardiff born, Cardiff bred, as they say.
Okay, my family. Actually, if you trace it back, you go up the hill and over and so forth. They're originally from. There's a Bangor over in Wales, isn't there?
Bangor, yes. Yeah, in North Wales, yeah, Bangor.
Yeah, my great something or other grandfather was originally from Bangor, Wales. And he came over here to the Slate Belt, which is north of us here, and he said it reminded him of the hills of Bangor, Wales, and he founded Bangor, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
So, yeah, and that and 50 cents gets me a cup of coffee. But that's the story how they, we come over here, and I'm not sure how many generations ago that was, but I think it was in the 1850s. Something like that, 1870s. I don't recall exactly, but So we've got the whole family. We all got that good Celtic Welsh singing. They're all tenors for some reason. I'm the only bass, but I'm like Johnny Cash, 2 notes. But your singing is really terrific.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
So, what brought you to Wake Up, Rise Up? I mean, you're pretty remote. I mean, and you have to somehow ran into somebody. I think you said you ran into Doug Payne. I mean, he's all over the place, but he also is in Philadelphia. It's not like you bumped into him at the coffee shop.
Look, I'm all over the place as well. I'm completely all over the place. I'm
Okay.
Australia, would you believe? Australia, Italy, Portugal, which I'm in, Ireland, Wales.
Wow.
I'm all over the place. And that's good.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to get Ocean Aid as a concert happening. I'm putting this idea out about Ocean Aid because I've got a song about plastic pollution. Where does all the plastic go? Okay, so I'm looking at like world connections. So I'm very much all over the place. And I think that this is what it's about. I think that, we have like world problems that we as people worldwide have got to be looking at doing something about. And I also think that, we people, we move about the world. This is how we got to wherever we are. You've just been talking about like how you came to be where you are. And I'm here in Portugal, but before this I was in Tenerife in the Canary Islands. But before all that, I come from Wales. So, people move about. And that's how it is. And that's how the world has changed and the world has been shaped with people moving about all over the place. Of course, today, because we have planes, it's much easier for people to move about. And so people are continuing to move about. That's how it is. Yeah.
So, then
but how did I come into Wake Up, Rise Up?
Yeah.
You know what? I can't actually remember. I get so much. I get so much email and so much stuff comes my way, and I just saw something about this, and I thought, oh, it's to do with peace. Great, put me down for it because I'm involved in that anyway. And the why being, even though we're not going to watch this song or hear this song today, I've got a song called "A Real Love and Communication," which is actually out as my new single. And I'm waiting for a music video of me performing it live, which I did about a week ago here in Portugal. But the song, it was in, the reason I'm saying it's like a song for peace is because when I was living in Tenerife, I was working in a Spanish school there for a while. And I'd only been there 2 weeks. All the children had been learning John Lennon's Imagine, okay? So I said to the English teacher, I said, look, I've got a song that, is just as good as a song for peace, because they had Peace Day coming up. So she said, well, let's hear it. So I used to take the guitar in anyway. So I played her the song. She said, yes, this is great. So then they had lyric sheets printed off. So the children were learning Imagine and my song, A Real Love and Communication.
Wow.
And then come Peace Day, we had like the stage, and we had the English teacher and a load of the children came up on the stage with me to sing the chorus of "We all need a real love and communication, yes we do." And so they're singing that with me, and that was, as I say, my song for peace then in a Spanish school. And so, as soon as I heard about Wake Up, Rise Up, I thought, okay, I've got my song for peace. And that's the one I'm going to be doing in the virtual concert later on this year. So that's really how I came to be involved. And then, since then, I've been getting emails from various people. And I got one from Doug. And basically, this is how I came to find out about you, because there was something in there. If you would fancy being in a podcast, contact these people. So I contacted you, and here I am. So this is how it is. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, first off, it's wild that your song and John Lennon, Imagine, are like next to each other in a teaching thing. That's right there. It's cool. I'm trying to find the right word off the cuff. Honorable, I guess you could say. Just to come in with that one. That's neat. The next thing, I'm looking at this thing here. Let me take a step off to the side here. Bard of Ely. How did you get that name?
Okay, and thank you for asking that, because I'm sure a lot of people, are wondering, and people do wonder what is this about. What actually happened was, in going back to 1998, there is a magazine in the UK. I don't know if you have this in America. It's called Big Issue Magazine, and it's for raising money for homeless people. The idea is that homeless people can go out on the street. They sell this magazine. They can keep most of the money, the price for the magazine. So it helps homeless people get money. It helps a lot of them get back on their feet. So anyway, I had a column in Big Issue magazine. They already knew, they knew that I was a singer-songwriter and poet and performer. They knew that I was living in Ely, in Cardiff. Ely is a big housing estate in Cardiff. And it's actually where the singer Shaking Stevens came from. So I mentioned that because some people have heard Shaking Stevens, okay? So I was living in Ely. I was a singer-songwriter, a poet, a performer. So my column, they used to say the Bard of Ely, and then, whatever I was going to be talking about. So they called me the Bard of Ely, and that's where it came from. And it stuck.
Wow, that's cool. That's neat, too. Giving the homeless a way to earn some cash on a handshake. And, yeah, I like that idea, too. That's pretty neat. So let's jump ahead a little bit. I had to hit that a little bit because, the Bard of Ely, you mentioned that. And I'm looking over here at your bio you sent me, too. You got some other... Go ahead.
See, I just wanted to say as well that there is an Ely in Cambridge in England, and I just wish to specify that the Ely that I'm from is Ely in Cardiff in Wales, not the Ely in Cambridge, England, where the where the university is. So, because sometimes people think, oh, Ely Ely, Cardiff, Wales.
Okay. Yeah.
And Ely, not Eli. Some people say Eli, but it's Ely.
Okay. Now, also, you noted here that you performed at the Green Man and Glastonbury festivals. What's going on with them?
Indeed, I did. In fact, Glastonbury I've performed at several times. And I've also I was an MC, for the Avalon stage in Glastonbury for 2 years in a row, 2002, 2003. And the Green Man, that was a festival which started in Wales, in Brecon in Wales. And I was in the first of the Green Man festivals and the second of the Green Man festivals. And that would have been 2003, 2004. And then I moved to Tenerife. So, it was not easy for me to do British festivals. But anyway, what happened with the first Green Man, I had like a little goatee beard. I didn't have a big bushy one like I got, and I had this little goatee beard. And I thought, okay, this is the Green Man Festival. How about I dye my beard green, because it was grey, I'm going grey, And so I put the green dye on it. And all day, because I was on and off the stage, because I was not only performing, I was also introducing acts and talking to the crowd because I was an MC. And people kept coming up and saying, oh, they really like my beard. So I thought, okay, the green beard and the Green Man Festival, that works together. But also it works for me as an image because I'm a naturalist and conservationist and I love nature. So it's an expression of me to something green. So that's how it started. But then over the years, it's kind of grown, and it establishes my presence very easily because people don't forget me. They say, oh, you're the guy with the big green beard. And one thing I'm pretty sure it got me, I think it got me on Britain's Got Talent. I was on Britain's Got Talent in 2017. And when I went for the first audition, one of the first things, there were two people interviewing me, auditioning me. And one of them said, oh, I love that green beard, so thank you. She also liked the purple jacket I had on. So I know that, making a colorful impression can help you. It can get you into places you want to go. So I also had a job once in Tenerife when I was living there. And I had like a regular column in a newspaper, okay? I went for the interview. This was a newspaper called the Tenerife Sun. The editor of that paper, I'd gone there to get like a regular job as a reporter. He didn't take me for that. And the why was that I lived like several hours away, so it was going to be difficult for me to get there and back every day. But he said, I'll tell you what, because it's such an interesting character, I would like you to have a column. And I'm going to want a picture of you with the green beard. So, of course that happened. So every time my column went out in this paper, there was a little photo of me with the green beard, which was the goatee at that point in time. So that's a little bit about why I've kept the green beard.
Okay. Well, you mentioned, right now about, you're connected to Mother Nature and, you're all naturalists and so forth. That kind of can segue ourselves into, your whole Saving Mother Ocean effort and so forth. And we got a couple of songs about that. You got some books there. You want to talk a little bit about the Mother Nature rap song?
Yes, I'd love to. What that's about, Steve, is that I've never been a rapper before, and it wasn't like a music style that when I first sort of heard rap, I didn't particularly like it, to be honest. But through the years, I've listened to a lot more rap music and hip hop music. I often like the lyrical content and what it's about. It's expressing something. It's about social problems or whatever. And anyway, what I thought was, because rap and hip hop is so popular, maybe I could expand like my audience, my reach, by getting a song in that genre. Mm-hmm. And I'd come up with a lyric, and I thought, okay, this is going to be my first rap song. I went to a studio here in Portugal, and which is actually not far from where I live. I went there. I asked a guy, Ricardo, his name is Ricardo Vitalio. I said, could he make like a rap backing for my song? He said, yes, I can do that. So he produced the rap backing for the song. Then I sent it to my friend Crumb. Crumb, by the way, has played for Hawkwind, okay? He's a synthesizer wizard. And Crumb loved the song. He said, Steve, I'd like to add some synthesizer and piano to it. You happy with that? I said, yes, please. So Crumb then added his bit to it. And the song kind of completely transformed. So it's become, people that have listened to it are saying it's hip hop. I don't know what it is. I'm just calling it Mother Nature rap. And it's basically me talking about a whole load of things, problems that is happening on the earth, about, the forests and the sea and all of this. Mother Nature is under attack by us people. And so I'm just saying we've got to do something about this. So that was how it came about. And since all of that, I have a friend over here, Pedro Augusto Almeida. He's a Portuguese filmmaker, and he's getting quite well known over here. Mm-hmm. Pedro came up with making the music video for it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so that's it. So and now it's just like I'm just pushing this stuff out. I've got my rap song, and that's it. So I've got other songs which are different kind of genre, maybe acoustic or whatever. But basically, I'm so motivated by what I'm seeing happening, to the planet. If I go out, I see plastic all over the place. If I turn on the news, I see news of a fire somewhere. So, I can't get away from it, and neither can anybody else. We're all confronted with the problem of what's happening to the planet. So I'm just trying to say, here's my contribution. Like you hear, like somebody like Greta Thunberg talks about how we got to take action. I thought, look, how can I take action? Well, I can write songs. I can perform songs. I can reach more people on the planet with my songs. And so that's what I'm doing. And I also came up with an idea for Ocean Aid concerts. And this to me is really important. Like, everybody's heard of like the Live Aid concert. Well, I'm thinking, okay, well, we could have Ocean Aid concerts with really big name bands and singers on a really big stage somewhere. And we can be raising money to help save the oceans. And so I've been putting that out there. And I put that out there in this book, okay, Saving Mother Ocean, which is actually endorsed by some top people, including Captain Paul Watson of Sea Shepherd, and Lily Platt, who is a 13-year-old global ambassador. Wow. So I'm doing what I can. I'm taking action, as I say. So, all
right. Well, let's do the first thing here. Let's listen to Mother Nature, and then I'll come back because you have two songs about the ocean. We'll talk about them afterwards. So let's listen to Mother Nature first.
Yeah. Okay. Steve.
And so here we go. Mother Nature Rap by the Bard of Ely.
You wanted a utopia, you're living in dystopia. Too many people with myopia in the world today. Mother Nature don't care about neatness, so leave the wildflowers grow. Help to save the wildlife, you reap what first you sow. Mother Nature ain't here for your dream, you're in hers, so let it be. Respect all her creations and go and hug a tree. But all the forests you've cut down, you know that should never have been. The mother's lungs have been cut out, it's happened but it's obscene. The oceans you filled with plastic and the land you poisoned badly. We're in the beginning of the end and the future's looming sadly. The children know what's happening and the grown-ups have let them down. The Arctic ice is melting and the cities on the coast could drown. You wanted a utopia, you're living in dystopia. Too many people with myopia in the world today. Mother Nature don't care about neatness, so leave the wildflowers grow. Help to save the wildlife, you reap what first you sow. Mother Nature ain't there for your dream, you're in hers, so let it be. respect all her creations and go and hug a tree. But all the forests you've cut down, you know that should never have been. The mother's lungs have been cut out. It's happened, but it's obscene. The oceans you fill with plastic, and the land you poison badly. We're in the beginning of the end, and the future's looming sadly. The children know what's happening, and the grown-ups have let them down. The Arctic ice is melting, and the cities on the coast could drown. Utopia, you're living in dystopia. Too many people with myopia in the world today. You wanted a utopia, you're living in dystopia. Too many people with myopia in the world today. You wanted a utopia, you're living in dystopia. Too many people with myopia in the world today. You wanted a utopia, you're living in dystopia. Too many people with myopia.
Wow. Strong message. Very strong message. I'm not sure how to approach this. It's people have to listen. Okay, it's interesting because during COVID there was a study done that because everybody went inside.
Yeah.
Okay, because everyone went inside and they said we gotta hide from the bug. They said that the Earth's air actually cleared up during those 6 months. We weren't driving.
Steve, I saw news reports of that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Your next song here, you got Time for Ocean Aid. Let's talk about that. This is going to be something that explains what we got to do ocean-wise. And I love the ocean, I got to tell you right now. I go down there to make sure it's where I left it, last year. But anyway, go ahead. Tell me about the Time for Ocean Aid. What's going on there?
Well, this song, as I mentioned earlier, I think I did anyway. I came up with an idea that we need like Ocean Aid concerts, concert was what I thought of first of all, like Live Aid. But then I thought, well, no, we can have concerts. We can have them all around the world. We can have the more that people that want to organize Ocean Aid concerts, the better.
Yep.
And what happened with me was, I think it was like 2018. There's a guy from Italy, Filippo Salabello, his name is, and he's a radio host over there, okay? He contacted me on Skype, and he told me he was writing a book. The book is out. The book is called SPAM, Stop Plastica Amare. And there's a whole chapter in there, 4-page chapter he's given me, which is with the same title as my song, Where Does All the Plastic Go? Where Does All the Plastic Go? Anyway, I told Filippo I came up with this idea for Ocean Aid. And he said, Steve, I think this is brilliant. Do you mind if I tell people about this in Italy? I said, no, you tell them, you tell as many people as possible. I just want to see this happen. I want to see, like a massive concert somewhere, and, as massive as Live Aid, with really big name acts coming on board, to try and do something about saving the ocean. And there's so many things that need saving in the ocean. We got so many problems there. We got the plastic, we've got overfishing, we got deep sea mining, we've got sonar, we've got nuclear waste, we've got dead zones with all the rubbish going in, from like agricultural waste and stuff that goes down. We've got all these problems going on in the oceans.
I'm sorry. Well, so let's hear what you got for Time for Ocean Aid. Let's hear the song. Okay?
Thank you.
There we go.
We've got to save the birds, we've got to save the bees, we've got to save the forests, we've got to save the seas. When I look at all the mess we made, I think it's time for Ocean Aid.
Wow. I like how you're saying there, look at the mess we've made. It's very important that we push into that. The imagery is really good. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the imagery that you use in that song, and it's got that cool Welsh sound to it. You know, the yeah, that kind of, I like that.
And it's got my friend Crumb, who lives in Cardiff, who has played in Hawkwind. He's doing the synthesizer on it, and the piano.
It's got a great, the piano is. I'm a keyboard player myself, so I'm going to love that stuff. An Oceanade effort. Okay, I think it would be a fantastic idea. It's like I was talking, you get talking in these conversations, and I'm kind of starting to think, with all the turmoil going on in our world right now, it's different than when it was back in the 60s. I think, because I was just a toddler then, but I'm thinking it's different. It's like an enlightenment that's kind of going on, but at the same time, people are looking at it and they're saying we're not going to be doing this stuff that we were doing before, and they're taking a whole new take on things. So now would be the time to do an Oceanade thing, a peace concert, an Oceanade concert, and getting people to start saying, "Hey, look, the old ways are not the ways we do things." This next song you've got, "Where Does All the Plastic Go?" is really interesting. There are some efforts to get some of the plastic picked up or sucked up or whatever they call it over in the Pacific. I've heard something about that.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, that is actually a big part of where a motivator for me, because I found out about like how big that is. Well, not that anybody really knows how big it is, but it is massive. I've heard like Texas size, and
really that big,
bigger than Texas, and it's crazy. Again, it's difficult to get your head around that. Like a floating mass of plastic, bigger than Texas. It's mad. And that's only one. There are 5. They're called gyres. Okay, there are 5 of these major gyres in the oceans, full of rubbish. And I suppose it was a motivator for me. All of this it motivates me. I just think that this is just insane. This is just horrible. We got to do something about it. Mm-hmm. And I know, like Wake Up, Rise Up is about peace, and that's something we got to do something about. And so there were so many things that we, the people, are got to do something about. And I'm just thinking of like John Lennon, who was, a major campaigner for peace. Okay. And John had, Power to the People was a song, Power to the People. And that's what it's about. It's all about people power. So it's the environment. The people have got to do something about the environment, about the peace. We, the people, have got to do something about it. It's like I look at it and I think, well, the governments don't seem to do much about any of it. The governments often kind of make stuff worse,
Well, it's like, let me just interject here. You know who the actor Roy Scheider, right?
Yeah.
He played in Jaws and so forth. He played in a movie called 2010. And it was supposed to be a pickup of 2001. And the scene that I'm thinking of here that you're talking about is that he's on the spaceship up there circling Jupiter, and they bring him out, and he's trying to talk to his Russian counterparts. He's on this Russian spaceship, and back on Earth, the United States and Russia are fighting like heck. There's a blockade. There's all kinds of political crap going on, and the Russians on the board the ship are all bent out of shape, and they're giving him attitude. Okay, and it's not his fault. He was sleeping the last 2 years, and all this hate and discontent starts back on Earth. And finally, he gets tired of it. He says, it's our governments that are fighting, not us. And I sit back and I look at this garbage that's going on over there in the Ukraine, and you got one guy that's losing it, and he's driving gas prices up. He's doing all this stuff. He's got everyone pissed off at everyone else. Okay. Why? Because, and the German chancellor said it himself just recently, he says, I thought we were beyond beating the hell out of our neighbors to take his land. I mean, we've got realtors for that here. You know, you want some land? Go talk to a realtor. All right. And that realtor will work you into a deal. You buy it. It's yours for a while, at least. You know, and it's like I started to say earlier, we're civilized. Why is this crap happening? Okay. So that's my speech on that. But, you know,
I was going to say, Steve, you know, I agree. You're right. Like the people of Russia and the people of the Ukraine are just people. They're just trying to live their lives. They don't want all this insanity going on, you know?
No, we don't. I mean, I'm just a guy doing a radio show. You're just a guy doing your music. There's people over in Russia who get up in the morning and they paint or they go to work at their factory, whatever they do. We're just going about our lives.
That's right. This is all the people, you know, all over the planet. The people are just trying to go about their lives. They don't want all these wars. They never did, you know?
Yeah, and we got this other crap going off. It's like, no. So, anyway. So, we talk about these floating plastic bombs you got sitting out in the ocean. There's no doubt they got to be picked up. There's things I've seen about how it affects the wildlife, and you know they can get trapped in these things. There's, there's a grocery store over here called Wegmans. They are stopping using plastic bags because of this kind of thing. Now that seems like, oh wow, one company stops using plastic bags. Well, I got to tell you, it takes one. Okay, here I am back at Star Trek. Remember Mirror, Mirror, the episode? The one where they go into the alternate universe?
Oh, yeah.
What did Kirk say at the end when he looked at bearded Spock? In every revolution, there's one man with a vision. Okay, it only takes one guy to start something.
That's right.
Wake Up, Rise Up is Doug Payne's fault. But that's it. That's what it takes. It takes one person, you know, one company to sit back and say, okay, we're going to do it this way. We're going to change this. And then everyone says, oh, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we should do it too. And then all of a sudden you got this whole domino effect going off.
That's right, yeah.
So, you know, and maybe that's what we need. So where does all the plastic go? I looked at that song earlier, and this is a gut kicker. It really is.
Thank you. I like to think that, you know, all of these songs that we've had on today, they're all kind of gut kickers. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, because I'm motivated, and I'm trying to say we got to do something about this. So, you know, let me tell you about it. So,
all right, you want to just jump right into it here?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay, here we go. Where Does All the Plastic Go by the Bard of Ely.
Plants, what about real plants? I saw the fake ones at the store. People must want them, people must buy them. I don't want to see anymore. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? It's not hunting that'll kill the last whale. Plastic will do it, it's a very sad tale. And all the albatrosses are dying out too. They keep on fishing in the oceans. Plastic stew. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? Plastic bag I bought, it very quickly broke. If it ever gets burned, there'll be poisonous smoke. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? Plastic kills the turtles and it's eaten by the fish. Plastic's in the food chain and the dinner on your dish. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? Was it you or was it me? Was it you or was it me?
Wow. Definitely a gut kicker. I like the music.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay, I like your strumming. I like the whole the whole composition of the music was really cool. I like that. And then you turn around with some good music and boom, right in the head. I mean, you just throw out the imagery. It's like, okay, people have to do something about that mess. And that was the same kind of impact that Indian had from the 70s, where he's rowing along and people are throwing junk out, and so that's got that whole thing. It's wow, that's a mess. Where'd you get the imagery? Those shots?
Where did I get? Oh, what you mean the video?
All the trash, yeah, all the trash.
I didn't. Somebody else put that video together for me.
Okay.
But it's it's not difficult for me to get imagery. I can just walk out the door just about anywhere, walk down a street, and I'm going to see plastic thrown somewhere. It's all over the place. And if we go to a beach, we're going to find plastic on the beach, and you can't get away from it. So for me, plastic, it's right in our faces anyway. It's everywhere.
Sometimes we get junk out of New York, so I'm going to dump a barge in the wrong spot, capsize it or what have you, and you get all kind. There for a while, we were getting medical supplies, getting washed up on the shore in Jersey that were out of New York. That was like 30, 40 years ago. And, it's, again, it's people not using common sense, and that's usually where, the mess starts. So, but yeah, that song has a very strong impact to it, and it's definitely a call for help for the planet.
That's right, and thank you. And I just want to say that I think, or I used to think, that was my most important song. I used to say this is my most. I think the other two that we played today, those are important songs as well. And
you've got a very strong message.
I've combined my songs with my writing as an author, so I've got a book, on the subject of saving the ocean.
With that being said, how can people find you on the net?
Very easily, if they just look for Steve.Andrews, or steveandrews.info, steveandrews.info, they find me. And if they look for Bard of Ely, they will find me. In fact, I'm the only Bard of Ely in the world. There are no other Bards of Ely. I am the man. And if you Google Bard of Ely, you will find me. In fact, you probably find too much. Find too much on the Bard of Ely. And Steve Andrews, there's a few more Steve Andrewses out there, but steveandrews.info, you find me.
Okay, we'll do that. Well, look at that. Well, Steve, I'll tell you what, we're pretty much out of time here, and I thank you so much for appearing on the Wake Up, Rise Up weekly show. And you've brought a very strong message. In addition to your peace message, you've brought a strong message about keeping our oceans alive, which is very important. And I'm not saying that just to say, oh, we have to do it because we have to do it. No, life began in the ocean. Okay, you have to keep that in mind. And the coral reef is the largest organism out there, and parts of it had died because of stupidity. Okay, and life began there, and life is on land because it just kind of flowed out there, I guess. But we have to change our ouch. We have to change our attitude with everything. Yeah, I smacked my mic. Okay. My hand. Anyway, we have to change attitudes. Peace preserves the human race. Ocean Aid, Life Aid, and some of these other things preserve the planet we're living on. Because as you were talking earlier about how you move around the globe's gotten a lot smaller. I mean, it's the same size, but I saw a picture in one of the videos. There is no planet B. We just can't pack up and move to Mars. Okay, we can't move to the moon. We definitely cannot move to Venus. There's nowhere else. This is it, man. We got to take care of this planet. And it's not about profits. It's not about anything else. I happen to like, and I'll be very frank, I happen to like my super powerful SUV. When I stomp on that gas, that sucker jumps off the ground. I really enjoy that power. Okay, but if I got to drive an electric vehicle and deal with that, and I don't got that pull power and everything else, that muscle, then I don't got that muscle. All right, we have to adapt and change. Right now, because of electric bills being so high, my house is dark, and I got one air conditioner running with a fan to keep my house cool. In previous years, I've run 3 air conditioners and a fan, and I've run my house down around 66 degrees. I changed because I had to change. All right. And I had to find ways to adapt. That's it. If we don't change, don't worry about it. We won't be here no more. So, I mean, I don't mean to be fatalistic, but I mean, that's pretty much what you're saying, right?
Steve, I agree with you. It's all about adapt and change. And also I just wanted to pick up on something you said about, everything comes from the oceans. Life comes from the oceans. That's where it started. Science tells us that. Science tells us that, billions of years ago, in the primeval seas, that's where the life started. And the life came onto the land. This is where, we've all seen, all that stuff. So that's where the life came from. That's why I say Mother Ocean, because it's mother. The oceans is the mother of all the life, And so we should be looking after our mother. That's why I say that as well, The way we treat our mother, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Ocean, is terrible, Would we do this to our humans' mother? Of course not. So why are we doing this to the mother of all life here? The planet, Mother Earth, and Mother Ocean. And I agree with you with what you said. And we have to adapt and change. And this is again something that we've all been educated. We all learn this that the reason that we're here is because the human as a species was very adaptable. And this is how species, they either survive or they don't survive. The ones that survive are the ones that adapt well. This is what it's all about. And so we are, in a way, maybe the most adaptable species on the planet. We've managed to find a way of living everywhere here. We can live in the polar regions. We can live in the deserts. We can live in the forests. We can live anywhere on the planet. And we've got amazing technology, fantastic technology, far, 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 above any other species. Other species don't have technology. We do. So with the technology, it's given us this ability to do so many things. But there comes a great responsibility with this, that we shouldn't be destroying the places. This is what I'm saying. It's great that we can live in the polar regions. It's great we can live in the desert. It's great we can live in anywhere on the planet. But for us to be living there, we got to also take care of that place we're living in. And it's not just us living there. There's a whole load of other creatures living there. There's all the animals and the birds and the reptiles and the amphibians and the fish and the insects and all the other creatures and all the plants and all the trees. They all live here as well. It's their home. Yep. And as you very rightly said, there is no planet B. This is it. This is the planet. Okay. Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. Fine. Maybe he'll get there. Maybe he won't. But anyway, right now, this is the planet that we live on. And so we can't destroy it, Yep. This is our home.
So, yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, there is no Starship Enterprise that's going to carry us to strange new worlds or anything like that. This is it. Until that day comes, and then we find something else, and it's going to be a long way away. You and I aren't going to get there, so we got to take care of this one. So, all right, man, we're going to wrap this up. Steve, it's been great. Mr. Bard of Ely, it's wonderful. It's a great experience here. So I thank you very much for coming on the show. And we'll see you again on the Wake Up, Rise Up concert on the 21st. Yeah, it's going to be great, man. So for now, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in tonight for this fantastic show. I'm Steve Jones, along with Steve Andrews here, the Bard of Ely. And this is Wake Up, Rise Up, the weekly show, and we thank you for joining us. Look forward to us next week again, Sunday night, for a couple more of the people who drive the Wake Up, Rise Up Peace concert. Good night now.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Please listen to this message for you. It's from the groups of Phase 5 Record Show. When someone said we need to spread the news, we decided to share it through a song. Black crime, white crime, stop the dealing, stop the killing. It's time to kick the devil out your mind. Black crime, white crime, stop the dealing, stop the killing. It's time to kick the devil out your mind. Let's unite. Our lives matter. Rise up, terrorize. Our lives matter. Stand up, let's unite. Our lives matter. Rise up, terrorize. Our lives matter.
It doesn't matter if you're black or white. Love your brother, love your sister, please treat them right. Don't wait until they're almost dead to feed the poor, even with a loaf of bread.
Let's unite.
Yeah.
Our lives matter. Rise up, terrorize. Our lives matter. Stand up, let's unite. Our lives matter. Rise up, terrorize. Our lives matter. Wave your hand, wave your hand in the air. Put your hand in the world. Show the world that we care. Wave your hand, wave your hand in the air. Put your hand in the world. Put your hand in the air.
Breaking news is the same old mess. Someone got shot, can't snitch, no arrest. Here's the basic information before leaving Earth. Open up that book, it's all in the Word.
Second Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sins, and will heal their land.